to Divinely Guided Tarot, and this is Will We Get Back Together? Will we get back together? Okay, I'm just doing a spread, and I'm gonna do some oracle cards. I might take out the tarot. I'm not sure, but so far what came out is influence and patterns. So already it's just telling me that with influences, you just have to not be delusional and see things for what they are, and just have the power to manifest what it is that you want out of a relationship. And then just with the patterns, it's like breaking old patterns and allowing new patterns to come in to your life. Okay, and then also listen popped out, and this is just telling you to listen to your intuition and your inner guidance. We all have this inner guidance inside, so take the time to listen and change patterns, because sometimes when we date people, we just get on this pattern where you attract the same people and they might not be good for you, or you know, things like that. So it's like listen to your intuition. And okay, so the first question I want to know is, for the viewer, Spirit, for the viewer, what was the reason for the breakup with the love interest, please? For the viewer watching, what was the real reason for the breakup of the love interest? With the love interest, please. Last cards, please. Okay, so the real reason, there was just lack of unity for whatever reason you tried, and I'm just hearing it was probably not the right time. If you see the world, it just reminds me of the world card. It's like karma. For whatever reason, it just wasn't the right time. There was a lot of turmoil. I just see like just karma playing out and rediscovery. And so it just means, it actually is telling me that yes, with this wheel turning and this karma playing out, there was a moment where either you or the other person has had a rediscovery now. And so with rediscovery, if you just look, there's a little necklace, there's a little box, and where her little heart would be, and that's the inner, like a rebirth. Okay, so if you see this as a child, it's like rediscovering. So perhaps what this is saying is that the karma's played out and you learned your lessons. Both of you probably have learned your lessons, and you're now ready for rediscovery and to reborn, to start something new, give light to something new. Okay, so perhaps you will get back together. We'll see. Okay, but the real reason you weren't together and it didn't work out is because of the unity. It just wasn't the right time. Okay, and what should have been done by, hold on, let me ask first. What should have been done or said but wasn't said, which led to the breakup, either by the viewer or the love interest? What should have been done or said but wasn't, which led up to the breakup, please? It's almost like asking what shoulda, coulda, woulda. What could have happened, huh? So discernment and alchemy. So this discernment is just seeing things for what they are, and seeing outside the box. Sometimes just taking the time to look and try to really get an understanding, and just having the inner knowing inside. Okay, discernment, just being able to go with the flow and ever growing and changing. You could see how much growth there is in this card. It's just like, it's beautiful. It's just growing and strong Okay, and with alchemy, it just like listening to your spiritual side, being guided, studying, learning, perhaps healing, healing things from the past. And I feel like, so both of you had problems voicing your opinions and getting your word across. I feel like one of you is more spiritual than the other. One of you is more level-headed than the other, and just more maturity coming through one side. Okay, so the question was, what should have been said or done? And I feel like perhaps maybe the person that walked away from this relationship just didn't have enough discernment. They couldn't see things clearly. They weren't ready to look outside the box and grow. And I feel like one of you was more spiritual in the sense where it's like it draws me back to the unity. It was like almost like you weren't aligned to each other yet. And I say yet because the rediscovery card, it just means there's like a transformation going to be made. And so I just feel like you weren't able to voice your opinions. You weren't seeing eye to eye. And this is something that probably could have been said to make the relationship perhaps last or keep going. I feel like the person who left had a lot of fear, wasn't seeing things clearly, pretty much was probably very blocked from spirituality, was very hard on the outside. But I feel like that you, the viewer, that you were in love with this person and you showed them a lot of love, and you sort of started breaking down this wall for this person. Okay, so maybe you were a little bit too hard to them, and perhaps you could have been a little bit softer, because the question is, what should have been done? What should have been said? So at the time, maybe you could have been a little bit softer with the person. But I do sense that one of you was more mature, especially more mature in a spiritual level. Okay. And I would like to know, how does the viewer feel about... Okay, how does the viewer's ex feel about the situation? How does the viewer's ex or love interest, how does the viewer's love interest feel about the situation and about the viewer? Now, with things being said and done, what does the love interest really feel about the viewer? That's what I'm asking. So the love interest is really taking the time right now. This person has had a time to grow and just become more spiritual with perspective. It's like this person has had this time to look within themselves. See, the next card is the core. So this person has had, I'm sensing a rebirth, a spiritual rebirth. Okay, so your love interest is being transformed right now. They're going to be a different person. I do sense that this person's coming back to you. I felt it right from the very beginning, but I feel like there's a lot of healing that's going on. I feel like there's a lot of transformation going on. There's a lot of thinking back in the past of the things that they've done and why they've done them, and just taking the time to learn from situations and mistakes that they've put themselves through. But if you see this, look, you can see the chakra colors all the way through, and I feel like this person is finally now on board as far as being spiritual and just growing. And I believe that this is something that was caused by this breakup. I really sense like the viewer has really pushed this love interest to really change and to start, having that perspective and start changing. It's like sort of like a nudge, even though the relationship didn't last and perhaps you're not together right now, obviously. I just feel like something's being pulled together. And I just feel like they're starting to listen to their intuition more. Okay, fourth question. What are the chances of getting back together for the viewer and the love interest? Oh, the viewer and the love interest. What are the chances, please? The chances. What are the chances for them to come back together? For the viewer and the love interest. Okay, let me hold. These cards are really slippery and they're so big. So it's taking me a second, guys. What are the chances of this couple reuniting and getting back together, Spirit? What are the chances, please? Okay, so dependability. This is not a no. The chances are there's a dependable chance that this person is coming back to you. But look at, they've grown. They've come together. See the lotus flower right here? This is like rebirth and starting over and just unconditional love. This is vulnerable love. This person that has gone away from you, or you might have gone away from them, they are now having this perspective as to, oh my gosh, this is the person that I'm supposed to be with. I'm supposed to be with this person. It's just like a really strong feeling that I'm getting. And yeah, I definitely see that there is a chance to come back together with this person if you're waiting for someone to return or hoping. I feel like there is. The next card that popped out is connection. So I definitely sense that there is a connection with this person. It's a very strong connection. I do sense that with this card, I just sense like you're able to hear each other and feel each other on an energetically connected basis, okay? And there's an expectation. So I feel that for both parties, there's an expectation to come back together. And it's something that you're both waiting for. It's just like a new beginning. It's very spiritual, very growing. And you're just waiting for it. I feel that both of you are waiting for it. But the one that's more mature, obviously, is the one that's more ready. There's still a little bit of healing. I'm sensing that there's still some healing with the formation card that popped over next. This is just speaking of growing and learning and like turning bad things into good things and learning from them and moving forward, okay? And remember, the question is, what are the chances of getting back together? And it's something that's coming. It's definitely, all of these popped over, guys, and that's why I'm going over them. And I'm just amazed because someone's still learning. They're still forming some thoughts, some kind of letting things in, being softer. But there's the great potential. You see this? There's a great potential for you coming back together. It's a very strong, it's just something that is just pulling together. And there is emotion for this already happening. I definitely sense it. There's emotion. This is something that is like a destiny. And if you wanted to walk away from it, you just couldn't. You see, with emotion, it's like even in your dreams, you see this person. Even in your dreams, you're connecting. Your energies are connecting with this person. Okay, and so yes, the last card that fell out is there's a shift. There's definitely a shift in energy right now that is causing those that you have been estranged from. If you are estranged from someone, these energies are just what the Mercury retrograde and the full moon and the eclipse are doing, are making people really sit down and realize and think, okay, what do I need to do? How can I learn? How can I move forward? How can my very core, my very heart, what can I do for this, my soul, to be happy? And this is the time when people that are estranged from you, they start coming back. They start trickling back because there's this shift in energy. Okay, there's a shift in energy and the motion. It's like there's the wheels in motion that are already coming into play, because all these energies that are just shifting and moving, they make people move. So keep expecting this person to come back to you, and they're going to come back to you. Keep sending that love and that positive attraction out there, because I definitely feel there is a very strong connection, and there's a very, very dependability. There's a big chance that this person is going to come back into your life. And I see it with that lotus flower. It's a new beginning. Okay. And it's right now, it's just taking formation. So keep sending that positive vibe out that you want this person to return to you. And, excuse me. What is the best course of action for the viewer at this time? Efficiency. Okay. Stay efficient with the way that you're sending out messages, as far as keeping that energetic level up, that high vibration, and knowing what you want. Keep doing that. It's something that you keep doing all the time, and it just grows. Like this other person that you're inquiring about, they feel your energy. So if you're efficient with that energy and you keep sending that and staying positive, that person is going to return to you. In a sense, you somewhat have to let that person go and let them be who they are, and then they come back to you. They come back to you because you're ever so glowing and so growing, glowing, moving forward. It just sends this kind of positive vibration to this person, and you let them go and they come back for you. Okay, so that's what the universe is telling me to tell you right now. And yes, consistency. Yes, stay on the same vibration. Efficient and consistency. Stay on that same vibration. Keep sending it out there. See, with the sun, it's a new beginning. Definitely a new beginning. With the bird, there's some kind of message. There's a bird right here. Okay, there's the sun right here. This is a new beginning. There's like messages coming in. There's a lot of downloads coming in too from the moon when you sleep and you do dream, and this person's in your dreams. I feel it. It's just something that, even though you're estranged from each other, there's still such a great pull together. There's a great pull, and I do sense that you're going to be coming back together. Okay, and so this is just a little quick reading, and I just wanted to tap in and see how you guys are doing, and just stay positive. If you're expecting someone to come, expect the unexpected, because it is happening, and this is the time. This is a great time where everything is shifting. It's a big shift, and just expect it, and it's definitely gonna happen. Look at this. I mean, this is the most beautiful card that popped out, and you could just see like how you two are just drawn to each other. And definitely I do feel that this person's coming back for you. Okay, so I hope you guys like this and have a great night.